Welcome to the 8:05 post show here at the Haleiwa Challenger at home in the Hawaiian Islands. Well, we have wrapped up the Challenger Series Tour, stop number 7, and what a big day. I'm Kaipo along with Rosie Hodge, Ross Williams. I'm going to start with you, Ross. A big day, a lot of new qualifiers, a lot of people re-qualifying, a lot of hopes dashed, and a lot of buzzer beaters. I mean, a lot to unpack.
Yeah, it was incredible. It felt like a marathon that was 4 days in a row, and a lot of endurance, a lot of emotions, and it's exactly what you want for a year-end capper for the CS. Is a pretty sick event.
Rosie, it was really exciting, and to Ross's point, Haleiwa provided waves all 4 days that we ran, but you really had to be adaptive to the changing situation and kind of fearless because there were some big days, big heats.
Yeah, we've seen all the types of conditions to finish on a day like today, just pristine. But yeah, we've had peaks and valleys. One person's pain is another person's pleasure. So we've seen it all.
Yeah, it was a big one. Well, the goal is to make it onto the championship tour. So let's take a look at our qualifiers through the Challenger Series to the 2023 Championship Tour. I'm going to start with you, Ross. Your assessment of the men qualifiers. We got some re-qualifiers with Leonardo Fioravanti and Ryan Calnan.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. There's kind of a lot of stories to pick apart there. You got to like the, just getting revenge, sort of, some of the surfers that fell off tour and then got back on, like Sakura, like Leonardo, like Joao. There's a handful of them. Then you got some new surfers that are going to be exciting to watch, like Rio. Really excited to see Caitlin Simmers on tour. So there's a lot of stories there.
Ramzi Bakayam, Rosie, finally making the tour along with a tour veteran in the way of Maxime Husno. So those two surfers grinded for a long time. Now they're going to be on the big stage in 2023.
That's the story of hope right there. Those two surfers, they've been grinding for over a decade. Ramsey, I mean, he was going for the award of the best surfer to never reach the tour, and to finally see him reach that goal is amazing. Maxime has been swinging. He's a junior world champ. It's been a long time coming, over a decade for both of those surfers on the qualifying series.
Yeah, and a Cinderella story with Sophie McCulloch. Well, Ross, I think it's time for us to hand out some trophies. We're going to get back to this post-show because I'm going to throw it to Joe Turpel for the awards presentation to make it official. Let's go, Joe.
Thank you so much, Kaipo, and thank you everybody around the world for watching such an incredible event here at the Challenger Series finale. The Haleiwa Challenger at home in the Hawaiian Islands, here to finish off an incredible year in 2022. First of all, we got to think about the season that it was. One of the best in history. When you think about kicking off the tour at Snapper Rocks at the start of the season and following all the way through here to Haleiwa, one of the most prestigious venues in the entire world. Big thanks to all the great WSL regions that hosted the Challenger Series to really make it the best season ever. Scoring perfection out front here was just a dream come true. 4 rapid-fire days to crown our champions today. We are so lucky to score with Mother Nature on this incredible wave. Thank you all the fans on the beach. You guys make this so, so special. Give yourself a round of applause. Thank you so much for being part of a lot of the major venues around the world, especially right here in Haleiwa as well. The performances this week are unbelievable. Just seeing what's possible on the best high-performance big wave in the world. Really impressed with young Eve Wong. Let's hear it for Eve. She was so impressive. What a bright future she has. Also, Teresa putting her head down for an incredible season. Teresa, you've got a lot of heart. That was so impressive. Let's hear it for Teresa Bonvalade. And great to see a lot of legends, Sally Fitzgibbons, Coco Ho. The list goes on and on. Also want to acknowledge Dylan Moffitt. What a year he put together, coming very close to qualification. Guys like Eitan Osborne as well, making the Challenger season so incredibly exciting. And how about Imai Kalani DeVault? That guy was a powerhouse this week and one of the favorites to win. He's got a lot to be proud of. We're so grateful to be here in Hawaii, the birthplace of He'enalu as a cultural practice and competitive sport. We'd like to mahalo first and foremost Kanaka Maoli, as well as Katma'aina, who for generations have embodied true aloha and perpetuating surfing while stewarding these oceans and coastlines for everyone to enjoy. Mahalo to Hawaii, the North Shore community, and to all those who have come before and are here today, bringing us together through surfing. Mahalo, thank you so much. Big thanks to our event partners that make this possible, the Hawaii Tourism Authority at home in the Hawaiian Islands, Shiseido, Havaianas, Spectrum, 805, Alaska Air, Turtle Bay, Fu Wax, and Hydro Flask. Thank you very much for the support. Also, a special thank you to Lulu's Lei and Bouquets for the beautiful lei you see here on our finalists that are waiting to come up here on stage. All the hard-working crew behind the scenes, you guys are amazing. And of course, thank you, Haleiwa, thank you, the North Shore, and Oahu communities for sharing this lineup in incredible waves and for hosting an amazing finale to the 2022 Challenger Series. Guys, ready for some trophies? First of all, hats off to Travis Logie. This guy's amazing. Still one of the fastest surfers in the world. Amazing career, and thank you for giving back so much to the tour of surfing, running things on the Challenger Series. Officially, the WSL Senior Manager of Tours and Competitions. Trav's going to help me with the trophy celebration. I'd like to hear it real loud for fourth in the final of the men's seed from Australia, Ryan Callanan. What a superstar, Ryan. Congratulations, my friend. Really amazing surfing. This whole year, really. 33 finals this year on the Challenger Series. But there's a moment in the semifinals you kept dropping big, excellent range scores, and I noticed this big splashing going on in the channel. You remember that? That was a rad moment. What were you feeling in that moment?
Yeah, I guess it's just, you put so much into this sport and trying to surf as best you can, and when it all comes together in that 30-minute period, it just feels unbelievable. It doesn't happen very often, so when it does, it's pretty special. But yeah, just trying to channel that a bit more and make it happen more and more.
A lot to be proud of, finishing number 2 for the season and back on the championship tour. Best of luck, best of waves in 2023.
Thank you.
One more time for Ryan Callanan, 4th place in the final. Coming in as a wild card to this event and making a huge statement, let's hear it for a local girl representing Hawaii, Ebe Wong. Ebe, it was such a pleasure watching you surf and compete. The way that you don't hold back is unbelievable. Did you imagine that you'd be standing on the podium after this week of surfing at Haleiwa?
No, I really didn't expect to make it this far in this contest, and I'm really happy I did. Ha'aheo loa wau e kua he ina luna Hawaii. E ola mau ka olelo Hawaii a me na I ke ku'una Hawaii no na hanau na e hiki mai ana. Mahalo.
Mahalo nui loa. Ebe Wong doing such a great job. 4th place in the final here at the Haleiwa Challenger. Coming in at 3rd place, let's hear it for Michael Rodriguez. Emrod's back on tour. Michael, you deserve it. Congratulations. We missed you on tour, my friend. I know you've had a lot of hard work to get to this point. You know how much time that you put in. A lot to celebrate. First, let's talk about making a final at Haleiwa. What does that mean for you?
Man, it's mean a lot. This place is just amazing. Hawaii, it's a perfect place to everything, like surfing. It has a beautiful life here. Everything just so happy. Hard to talk about it, but I have to say thank you, Hawaii. Aloha to give me that thing. I love this place, and this is super special. I will remember for life.
Congratulations, and welcome back to the tour.
Thank you.
Michael Rodriguez. Let's have a warm welcome for our surfer from Portugal, finishing 3rd place in the final, Teresa Bombalad. Teresa, a giant standout this year on the Challenger Series. We've seen her in wild card moments, and you've given us so many great memories. Teresa, a lot to digest in a big finals day. What's going through your mind now?
First of all, I want to thank you, everyone from Hawaii, and the good experience. I want to congratulate Sophie for qualifying. It was not my time, and I guess that's how it is, and I'm excited for next year. And
And I guess that's it.
You're a sign of a true champion. I saw you go straight over to Sophie after that close final. I know how hard you work for moments like this. Might take some time to digest, but I know there's probably a lot of moments that you're really proud of this year on the Challenger Series.
No, for sure. I mean, if you look, like we ended up having a huge year, me, Sophie. I won my first event. I got third in the last one. I got third in this one, and I still didn't qualify. It's funny, but I guess you gotta make even better. And just a few days, I had a little start going to the sky, and I just want to give a kiss to her.
Love you, Teresa. You're so amazing. Thanks for giving us your heart, your love. Makes one of our favorite surfers to watch. We can't thank you enough. Congrats on a special year, and take this moment. Take your time, and thank you.
Thank you so much.
Teresa Bombola, let's hear it for her. What an amazing human, amazing athlete. So much to be proud of. Now it comes to your men's runner-up in the final, representing Japan. Let's hear it for Kanoa Igarashi. This is starting to get repetitive for Kanoa. Back-to-back finals in Haleiwa, and you've completely turned things around with your reputation when it comes to the North Shore of Oahu. I know you're really proud of what you've been doing around here. Sunset final, Haleiwa final last year, now backing it up. This is starting to really feel like a second home. Impressive performance, Kanoa.
Thank you, yeah. Obviously, I love Haleiwa. We had really good waves this contest, and there was so much good surfing going on both the men's and women's. And it was a really exciting contest to be a part of, and hope to have many more finals here in Hawaii and some wins.
I suppose I got to dive into your competitive heart. Unsatisfied right now? Let's go there a little bit. What are you feeling? Because you were so close to taking that win.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, everyone wants to win, you know. But yeah, like in the whole scheme of things, there's so much other stuff going on. Everyone, you know, there's so many qualification scenarios, and you know, me and John were here. We're just getting ready and training. So it was, you know, I guess we were kind of like the sideshow, and there was so much more implications going on, and you know, it was a crazy week for so many people. And but yeah, I think you know, there's just learning experiences from this, and for me, I just want to take this and use it as momentum going into Pipe. And yeah, I'll see you guys in a few weeks.
Love your passion. Your name lists all these events. You do such a great job. Congratulations, Kanoa. Runner-up in Haleiwa for the second time in a row, making the final. Incredibly impressive. And now a familiar face around these parts. Runner-up in the final of the Haleiwa Challenger. She's right at home in the Hawaiian Islands. Betty Lou Sakura Johnson. A lot to celebrate for Betty Lou. And I know she's so happy to be right at home to finish off another incredible year on tour. So impressed with what you gave us the entire season, from all the ups and downs and all the big performances. I feel like you've grown a lot, have you, since we saw you last on the championship tour?
Oh, thank you so much. Yes, I think I definitely have grown and learned so much this year. It's been a huge learning curve and such great experiences, and I'm super thankful for all of it.
What does it mean to you that you are the Challenger Series champion, taking out the whole season, finishing #1?
That's amazing news. I think after falling off tour, that was my huge goal. I wanted to win the rankings, just to have a better seed for qualifying again. And yeah, that's amazing. Thank you so much.
Enjoy everything. Can't wait to see you at Pipeline.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for coming down to the beach. I appreciate all of you, especially to my aunties and uncles. I wish I could have done it again. But hats off to Sophie for taking the W here. And I love Haleiwa. It's my favorite place in the world. And I love you guys. Thank you.
Beautiful. Betty Lou Sakura Johnson, runner-up in the final and back on tour in 2023. Let's hear for your champion of the men's event, back-to-back seasons of the Haleiwa Challenger at home in the Hawaiian Islands, John Florence. John, I felt like we were watching another one of the movies you were making all week. That was nothing short of impressive. I know You know how much hard work that you put in to get to that level again, since you've had to do it a few times in your career. Can you give us a little insight on how much this means to see all that hard work pay off?
Yeah, it means a lot to me. I'm actually still kind of surprised on myself. I haven't taken it all in yet because I was just, like I said, coming and do this event just to kind of warm up and get ready for the year. I haven't done an event in about 6 months now, and so to be back in the jersey the first couple of heats, I was a little nervous and just kind of getting my feet in the wax with it. But I was so happy to make the final and surf against these guys. It's been an amazing day. The waves have been incredible.
You did talk about nerves and mistakes. You're just joking there, right?
No, I definitely think I made some mistakes, but all taking it into note for next year, and yeah.
Seems like this is your favorite element to be in. Big surf, at home, in front of your friends and family. To see what's capable with your equipment and your own performance, looking back at the great waves that you did lock in, is that exactly what you envisioned this week?
Yeah, I was hoping it was going to look like this because this is one of my favorite waves in the world. Just growing up in here and competing my first ever contest here and then being here now and surfing the waves like they are, it's a dream for me. And having my family and my friends and the whole community here. And yeah, just thank you to the North Shore community for allowing us to have this event here and surf. And so yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I'm really stoked.
Congratulations once again, John. Welcome back.
Thank you.
John Florence, your champion for the second year in a row. Now a few titles here at Haleiwa in his career, and he is ready for 2023. There's one champion standing over there with beautiful lei all over her. Let's give a warm welcome for your champion of the Haleiwa Challenger at home in the Hawaiian Islands, Sophie McCulloch. Holy smokes. Where do we begin with you? You honestly had no idea you had all these chances on the line? Was that a true story?
Before the finals, someone came up to me and said that it's not over yet. So, I didn't know exactly what had to happen, but I knew that I had to give it my all, and that's what I did. So.
Did that give you motivation, or did that add some nerves before the final?
To be honest, it added some nerves. I was like, I didn't realize that was a possibility. So, it added some nerves, but I'm really proud of my ability to kind of regroup and just have the same intention.
So I guess nerves, you know how to handle them incredibly well. To win at a wave, first in Hawaii, let alone Haleiwa, what does that mean to you?
It means so much to me. I actually had a lot of self-doubt coming into this event, coming from the sunny coast in Australia. I'm not super used to reef breaks and bigger waves, so I'm really happy I was able to kind of overcome those doubts and prove to myself that, I can do it.
How about your competition in that final? One of the most stacked heats we saw all Challenger season.
Yeah, I guess that's what kind of helped me just go for broke in the final, because I knew I was up against girls that are surfing on real. Betty Lou's amazing out here, and I guess that was kind of a blessing in disguise that it was such a stacked finals. It just made me go for it.
Welcome to the rookie class for 2023. I guess now you have to digest that and probably change some plans over the next couple of months and start going out of pipeline.
Yeah, I'm really scared, to be honest, but I'm going to do everything I can to prepare, and I'm so happy to be a rookie on tour. It doesn't feel quite real yet, but hats off to Teresa and also Alyssa Spencer. It was a stacked year, and both the girls are ripping, so I have no doubt we'll see them on tour next year, or if not, the years following.
Well, Sophie, thank you so much. That was one of the sweetest runs to qualification we've seen. Enjoy the moment, enjoy the win, and I can't wait to see you at Pipeline.
Thank you so much. I also just want to say a quick thanks to my family at home. I miss you guys, and I'll be home soon. And my coaches, Kerry Keatley, Grant Thomas, and Jay Thompson. Just massive thanks to my sponsors, O'Neill and Paizel Surfboards. And I couldn't have done it without you guys, so very grateful.
Congratulations once again to our champions and all of our finalists, John Florence, Sophie McCulloch, taking out the last event of the Challenger Series. We'll send it back to the post-show with Kaipo Guerrero.
Thank you, Joe. And wow, what a series we've had here. You know, Ross, if this was a storybook, there would be so many chapters for this storybook here at Haleiwa for this final Challenger Series.
It's incredible, and that's really fascinating that she didn't know. I wonder who told her. Like, kind of, he or she almost blew it, but then she buckled down and won anyways.
Yeah. It was someone from Tourism Competition Row, but it was just a hint. It's all good.
No, well, I mean, it is. It like she said, it almost fired her up, but it was. I mean, flying blind sometimes like that, Ross, when you just like let the guardrails down, you're in the final, you hear you got to win though, and then you're like, whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah, Cinderella story for Sophie and McCulloch, and let's check out the final chapter of that story. This is the women's final recap, and it was a magic day for Sophie McCulloch, Ross.
Yeah, it was insane. Kind of flew under the radar, too, because there's so much attention on Betty Lou and a lot of the other girls. But Sophie, she had a really nice, solid attack here at Haleiwa. She's low to her board. She doesn't fall very often, and sort of just tags away here at Haleiwa, Rosie.
Yeah, she did so well. I mean, her wave selection was really good. The way that she attacked the lip line. I mean, she says she hasn't had much experience at reef breaks, but wow, she didn't show it. And Betty Lou, this woman is just absolutely phenomenal. Every time she hits the water, I'm so impressed and just interested in what she's going to do on her waves.
Yeah, Betty Lou Sakura Johnson, I mean, coming up with just a little bit too little too late, but went excellent right at the end. Sophie McCulloch, though, Ross, consistency and steadfast in this final.
Takes two waves, and Sophie had this wave right here, which is an 8.17. It was all about the backup score for Sophie that got her the victory. Started with that 6.83. God, it's got to feel good.
Yeah, and, you know, enjoying this chair up, but I'm going to say Betty Lou Sakura Johnson still firing shots, a 9.23 in the final, and it's going to leave Haleiwa with a mark on the year. She's still the Challenger Series champ, Rosie.
She needed a 10, Capo. She needed a 10 on that last wave, and the fact that she got a 9.23, I mean, that is like, talk about big match temperament to hold it on that last exchange and get such a big number and come so close.
I love it, big match temperament. Ross, you knew already, but the world had to see John Florence is back.
Yeah, he's been, you know, we've been talking for a couple months now about his preparation for getting back on tour, and obviously Haleiwa is one of John's favorite waves, but you know, he was in Fiji for a while, and he's like, you know, should I enter Haleiwa? I'm like, hell yeah, you should. You love Haleiwa. And he's like, that's a good idea. Let's get a warm-up in. And he's just came here and destroyed.
Yeah, he sure did, Rosie. John Florence, still the man. Back-to-back here at Haleiwa, but 3 overall wins. He won in 2016 as well. What a dominant surfer at this location.
Just so dominant, so humble in his winning. But Ross, it's funny because you had to let him come to that decision on his own terms, and to see him do that and really surf with this kind of freedom. He hasn't surfed a contest in over 6 months, and to just click into gear like this and win the event, just it's mesmerizing to watch the guy surf.
It's so funny. It's funny because John obviously is like a freakish free surfer, but he's so competitive with himself that he really likes to have like calculated smart heats as well, and that's what keeps him interested in competition. He's like, yeah, but let's talk about strategy and how should I build a house and like really utilize priority. And then he goes out and just does a backflip. He's like, screw it, I'm going to just win right now and do an air. I mean, he's so fun to watch.
He truly did come through some of his earlier round heats, not with the best waves, but just the talent of John Florence shines through. And so when you can do that, that's what world champs are made out of.
Get out of jail for free card.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to take a break right now, but when we come back to the 805 post show, we're going to show you today's top 5 moments. Stick around, we'll be right back. Welcome back to the 805 post show here at the Haleiwa Challenger at home in the Hawaiian Islands, and we got some smiling winners here. John Florence makes it 3 at Haleiwa. Sophie McCulloch fulfills a dream Cinderella story for the Australian, and we got a lot to unpack, Rosie, still.
Yeah, there's a lot to digest from today. From the last 4 days, I'm just catching up.
Well, let's catch up with the year-end Women's Challenger Series rankings, and we can see the list of some new faces and some re-qualifiers for the Challenger Series for the women. We'll take a look. Betty Lou Sakura Johnson takes out the tour. Mason Callahan, we're going to see her again. Molly Picklum, Caitlin Simmers, Sophie McCulloch, and Teresa Bonvala. If you see on the number total here, they were tied at the end of the season. Then we go to the event results. They were tied on the event results. So the second tiebreaker was the number of heats won during the season. 14 heats won by Sophie McCulloch, 10 heats won by Teresa Bonvala, and that is how Sophie McCulloch has made that qualification.
And Molly and Katie have the same numbers too, so that just shows how close this qualification picture was towards the end.
Wow. Not to mention, Ross, when we look at 6 through 10, those surfers are automatically on the 2023 Challenger Series. They don't have to go through any of their regional qualifying events to do so.
Incredible. Yeah, shout out to Nikki Van Dyke too. I know she suffered an injury, so nice to have her back on a CS tour, and she's can fight back.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, let's take a look now. Well, you know what? First of all, before we get into the men's rankings, it was a crazy season for the men. We had guys, Rosie, that had to re-qualify, but we also had guys who were on that qualifying series for a decade, and finally they got their ticket to the big show.
Yeah, it's been so impressive. It's been a long time coming. Ramsey Boukhaim on the championship tour, the first Moroccan, the first North American on the championship tour. That's just a huge, huge bout of inspiration for people coming from that region. Maxime Husseneau. To see that guy on the championship tour, I mean, that guy has been chipping away at this, Ross.
Ross, let's take a look at the numbers. And you know what? The Kamehameha Boy alumni barely snuck in there. Ezekiel Lau, number 10. We're going to see him at Pipeline come January.
Poor Zeke, he was just at home freaking out, had zero control today, and the chips fell just right for him, sitting at number 10, so he's got to be so relieved. I must say, I'm really excited. A couple names pop out to me. Rio Wayada, I love the way he surfs. Also, Joao, I'm really happy for him to be back on tour. He's dynamite. He's just really exciting to watch on tour.
Yeah, I mean, for Joao Chianca, that's retribution because he was like one of the kind of victims of the mid-season cut that I felt that didn't really deserve it because he surfed so well. He just was unlucky that he always came in with the most informed surfers in the highest heat total heats.
And if we're talking about unlucky, Liam O'Brien having an injury the first day of Pipeline, the first day that he was going to surf as a rookie on turf, for him to come back and qualify, that also feels like, you know, everything is right.
That's incredible.
Well, number 11 through 20 at the end of the year on the Challenger Series, they will forego their regional qualifying and they will automatically get their ticket to the 2023 Challenger Series. Look at the list of names here, and I do want to make a note on the bottom there. Kanoa Igarashi, number 20, he's a double qualifier, so it goes to number 21. Edgar Grosjean, who made an impressive run this year, will take that spot and get that invite, Ross.
Yeah, he's going to be stoked on that. So they, you know, their schedule is sort of set. They know what they're doing. They can train for that. And you got to love this kind of 3-tier system with regionals and the Challenger Series and then the Championship Tour. It really kind of organizes everybody and gets everyone set for one calendar year. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's like the second season, actually, when we look at the Challenger Series. And I love what we've done with the format. It makes it so exciting, and it makes the storytelling throughout the season multi-layered, Rosie.
It's black and white, right? Like usually you'd have this event wrap up and then guys are looking at double qualifiers and maybe sneaking through the doggy door that way. This, we've set up 5 and 10 people for the championship for the next year to qualify, and everyone else, they know that they don't have to qualify through their regions or however they got on the Challenger rankings. So yeah, I agree with you. Black and white, you know what you're doing.
It's time for the top 5, and let's check out the top 5 moments of this event. At number 5, I'm going to go out and tell you, don't call it a comeback. He's been here for years. Welcome back, Ryan Callahan, our Cal in action hero.
Yeah, Ryan was so just lethal throughout this event and just so consistently dropping scores in the excellent range. I feel like he built throughout this contest. Unfortunately, in the final, he battled a little bit there to link it together, but some of the highlight moments throughout the event.
Yeah, Ryan Callahan is really a good surfer, obviously, and this tube right here that he dialed in was not an easy wave to read, and he did it so well. And that's the cool thing about getting a good result in Hawaii. You have to read the ocean. Ryan did a really good job this week.
Ryan Kalman, you know, he had a broken hand at the beginning of the championship tour season and just, you know, didn't get the fair start, I feel, for the season. Had to come back in this Challenger Series, and I think it's so fair to see Ryan Kalman back on the championship tour.
He's celebrated with throwing buckets everywhere. Kids are good this week.
Number 4, the Hawaiian wild card, Eve Le'ula Ikalani Akea Wong made a name for herself, Rosie, charging all the way to the final.
From round 1 to the final, she was so impressive, and just loved her post-heat interviews with AJ, just talking about how nervous she was, talking about just her mentality coming into this. But wow, Ross, she's phenomenal. Is she that next generation coming from Hawaii?
Absolutely. Just 17 years old. But her and actually Sakura are very similar. That they're just really aggressive and confident. And it's super fun to watch because they don't kind of milk scores and just tag it, play it safe. Eve will, you know, hit a really big section with zero fear.
And she showed that throughout this event, Rosie, heat after heat in some big challenging conditions.
Big challenging conditions. Even in the final, she fell on this awkward floater. That was one of an awkward fall, but there was even another one in the final, and she shook it off and came back and threw down some big scores.
Number 3, let's give it up for 3-time Haleiwa champ, John Florence, Ross.
I mean, he's feeling pretty good right now, just letting it sink in. Pretty crazy, the highlights that John put up, and this is a warm-up event for him. I mean, the kid's just a freak, and I've said it before, his tail's wagging. Whenever his tail's wagging, he is really dangerous. He's freed up.
If this is a warm-up, I don't know what the main event is, bro.
Yeah, I mean, wow, he's had fun waves up front of his house at log cabins all week long. He's probably had, and then this run through Haleiwa to be a back-to-back champ at an event. It's so good.
And the number 2, the feel-good story of the event, a Cinderella tale for Sophie McCulloch, an outside chance of qualifying. She did it, she needed the win, and that's exactly what she did, Ross.
It's insane. I mean, what a crazy story. And between her and Alyssa and Teresa, that was wild. That really was the fun thing to talk about this entire event, with their ratings fighting each other for it.
I'm going to be honest, like, Sophia was not even in my peripheral to talk about for the qualifications situation this morning. I was very focused on Alyssa, on Teresa, on Betty Lou. She came out of left field.
It wasn't even in her peripheral. She came out of her semifinal win thinking she had no chance at all, and then found out, wait a minute, there is a chance, and got it done, making Australia proud.
It's insane. Pretty classic to hear, too. Like, oh, I'm in pipe? Oh, now here we go. It's on.
Number 1, I want to congratulate all of our qualifiers for the championship tour. Ramsey Bukayam, the Rockin' Moroccan, made it. Ian Gentile, the child prodigy, now on the big stage, made it. We got Maxime Husno. Ross, so many, and a surprise for Betty Lou Sakura Johnson.
Again, shout out to the WSL, this evolution with this new type of system. It's really fun to watch all these emotions unfold right before us here at the last event of the year.
This one, the phone call to Zeke, that one was fun.
Look at this guy. Who is that?
Brian.
Joao Chianco wanted, he needed, and here we go. Travi Claus handing out tickets to the championship tour. Normally you don't want to see the contest director, but in this case, it's good news when you see Travis come around the corner.
Aussie contingency was alive down there in the corner. They're fired up.
Such good stuff. It brings a smile to my face. Hey, you guys, we did it in 4 days straight. Thank you, Rosie. Thank you, Ross.
I'll take a high five, you guys. That was really fun.
Yeah, that was really fun.
Okay. High five, high five. And to all of you, remember, January 29th, we're going to start the championship tour over at Pipeline for the Billabong Pipe Pro. Also, we're in the window for the Big Wave season. That runs all the way to March 31st, 2023. Check WSL.com for updates. Enjoy the end-of-day highlights. Welcome to the Haleiwa Challenger at home in the Hawaiian Islands.
The final stop of the Challenger Series.
There's a burning flame deep inside of me, deep inside, oh yeah.
Sally Fitzgibbons ripping off the top.
Here it comes again, creeping through my veins. I'm on fire, oh yeah.
8.5 for Ebe Wong.
Ebe is a force to be reckoned with.
What a well-read way for the local hero.
Explosion, and she does it, a buzzer beater.
Winding up again, drills it with a big layback.
Slicing and dicing, throwing some tail.
Straight up into the lip. Huge, powerful snaps.
Voss turns it a 9-point ride.
We are on some crazy heat today. Qualification on the line.
Ezekiel Lau in a must-win situation.
My team, rise to the top, we live in the dream. We can't believe it's so focused, I smell victory, don't approach us.
Full rotation, Leonardo loves it.
Make way for the king, bigger than bad, I came for the win. The MV what? The MVP, still let the games begin.
There's a big hammer there from Florence.
I'm coming with fire, my type of skill make man retire. One with a track and two with work, break, three with strength to reach up higher. Yo, my stars are aligning, I'm the champ cause I put the time in. Whether I'm working or whether I'm rhyming, like a diamond stone I'm shining.
Surfing history, the first Moroccan to qualify.
I'm just super happy. It's 10 years in the making.
You can't be my team, rise to the top, we live in the dream. We can't believe we so focused, I smell victory, don't approach us.
I think the main vibe around the park is all the anticipation.
Every time I look at you, ooh, there can be no mistake. I've got my ways out of time where you gonna run, cause you love the games that I play.
And you just found out you are going to be on the 2023 Championship Tour.
Jesse whacks it off the top, big spray out the back.
Think by now you should know you're going down. You know that I'm taking you.
And Maxime Husno is on the championship tour. Mature Tune Surfing by Kanoa Igarashi. Kaoli Voss, big surfing from the Tahitian.
The quarterfinals set for the men and the women, coming into an incredible finals day.
Haleiwa Challenger has requalified for the CT Tour.
He punted that as high as he could go.
Marco Rodriguez has qualified.
Congratulations, Ezekiel Lau.
Leon O'Brien has requalified.
Shifting gears into the quarters for the women.
You just found out that you're going to be on the 2023 Championship Tour.
I'll break your soul slow. I think we both know you're going down.
Hooking one right in the pocket, pulls in the barrel, coming out.
Going into the barrel, finds the exit.
Big vertical, are you kidding me?
Our heat leader vying for that last contention spot. Haleiwa buries the rail, pulls it off.
The queen of Haleiwa, defending champ.
Bonvillain on to the final. John Florence has won his third Haleiwa Challenger.
Sophie McCulloch's has taken out the Haleiwa Challenger and qualified for the championship tour. This copyrighted event broadcast is produced by the World Surf League for broadcast around the world and may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the written consent of the World Surf League.